Hello, my fellow human beings, and welcome to episode 16 of The Best Blessed Life. I'm your best host, Kristen, and today's topic is, it's cold outside, so let's work out inside. And we're going to use different things. I mean by regular dumbbells. We're going to demonstrate things with household items. And to help me with that today, I have my lovely assistant, Peyton.
I don't know where I'm waving, but
To do the modifications for you. So she's either going to use lighter weights or she's going to show a different version that might not be as strenuous on your joints or your muscles. We're going to get through a few different arm movements. We're going to go over a little bit of breathing. We're hopefully going to at least get to the squat today so that everybody's doing them right. Even my lovely assistant Peyton. I have to make sure she's doing them right too. So to get started, typically you would get your heart going a little bit, but because we're just standing in place and doing some arm exercises, getting to know what the different movements feel like, we don't necessarily need to do too much of a warm-up. If you've been moving around your house doing any kind of household errands or anything of that nature, you're probably pretty much warmed up if you have any stairs like I do, which anywhere you go, you have to either go up or down. So, to get started, we're going to do the bicep curl first, and the main demonstration is that I'm going to show you with a 5-pound weight, and Peyton is going to be using her can of soup.
I'm trying to figure out what kind of workout this is.
Don't worry about it. We're working out. We're doing a bicep curl first because it's like a main exercise. Everybody wants to build biceps, right? You want to have big muscles. So, in order to do that, to do it properly, you want to make sure you kind of envision your elbow being glued to your rib cage. You want a decent stance. Now, if you do have back pain, one thing you want to remember is to either stand in a little bit of a squat, or you can do an alternate lunge stance that will take the pressure off your lower back. Now I'm going to have you stand like this. Yep. So what you're going to do is remember that the pressure is on the back heel on the front foot and the toe on the back foot. So if you can get your foot a little bit further apart, feet, yep, and that heel stays off the ground in the back. All right, I'm going to actually do it this way. You're going to do the easier version. I'm thinking this is probably the harder version.
Yeah.
So I'm going to have you stand like this, knees bent a little bit, okay? I'm going to stand in the lunge position.
Lunge.
Okay, arm is all the way extended. You're going to glue that elbow to your rib cage, and you're going to curl it up curl, and lower. Remember, no squeezing the weight, just allow it to rest in your hand. And envision that that bicep is getting all the energy you're trying to get to it right now. The other thing you want to remember is breathing. So breathe out on your way up and breathe in on the way down. So out, in, in. Good. Keep your shoulder down and relaxed. Good. That's supposed to be breathing out there. Blow out. Breathe in. It's going to seem backwards. It really is. Blow out. Nice clean breath in. And envision when you're blowing out that your stomach is actually, and your rib cage is actually going in. Keep going, okay? You're envisioning this being squished when you blow out. When you breathe in, you want to fill them with as much air as you possibly can, so that when you blow out, you know that those muscles have gotten as much oxygen as they possibly can. Let's go ahead and switch hands. Great breathing. Did you pass out yet?
No.
All right, so I'm switching arms. I'm also going to be switching legs on my lunge. You continue to stand that way. If you find that your stance is too close together, feel free to put your feet a little bit further apart. And we're going to lock that elbow in, keep that shoulder down and relaxed, but you also want to keep them straight.
My shoulders don't do that.
But they're supposed to. So, we're going to lock it in, right? Suck in the belly button. Stick the booty out if you're going to be in the squat position. Good. And then you're going to curl in and lower. Remember, blow out. Breathe in. Blow out. Breathe in. Good. Remember, get as clean a breath of air as you can in through the nose and get it blown out as hard as you can through your mouth. Good. Good technique. Good. Let's do a couple more, and then we'll move on to the next one. And last one. Now, if you're toning, you want to actually use lighter weights. You only need 2 to 5 to 8 pounds, depending on your. I have to sneeze. Go ahead, sneeze.
It went away once I said
You're gonna not want to put a lot of strain on certain body parts. Shoulder muscles don't need a lot of weight. Abdominal muscles don't need a lot of weight. Your back is bigger muscles, it can carry more. Your legs are huge muscles, they can carry a lot of weight. And that's why they say when you're lifting, lift with your legs, because they're way more adaptable to lifting than your back is. You don't bend over and have somebody put something on your back and then go and then have you stand up so you can lift it.
I was demonstrating.
I know.
Like this.
Yeah.
Not like this.
But
This.
the squat needs to be a little better.
Don't look at my
We're going to go through that later, hopefully. All right, so the next one we're going to do, and I'm going to turn sideways, and remember, I don't want to whack you. Again, it's a elbow locking in place technique, okay? So your shoulders are down and relaxed. You're going to lock it in right around the middle of your body. You kind of want a 90-degree angle with your elbow if you think about it. I get into a little bit of a squat, kind of like if you were skiing downhill, you'd be in kind of this position a little bit. And you're going to start with the weight up by your shoulder, and then you're going to lower it back, and go back as far as you can without ungluing your elbow. And then you're going to bring it back in. So the exertion is on the way out, so you would blow out on the way out. Ready? Breathe in. Good. Hold in that stomach muscle. Perfect opportunity to get those abdominals working really good because you're keeping them nice and tight. You're kind of working against gravity here a little bit. I hear the breathing. It's awesome. Keep it nice and tight. I want you to envision that the tricep is the only muscle working right now, even though you have help from a lot of other ones. Good deal. Nice breathing. Good technique. Let's do a couple more. Last one. All right, we're gonna go ahead and switch hands because we don't want to be lopsided. Again, glue in the elbow. Gonna start with the weight up by your, oh, good idea. She's so smart. Up by your shoulder. Yep, booty out. And you're gonna out and in. Remember, blow out. Holding those abdominal muscles. Envision your belly button is being sucked to the back of your body by some centrifugal force. Good breathing. Nice job. Envision that tricep is the only muscle working. And remember, we're not squeezing too tight on the weight. Let's do one more. And nicely done. All right. The other thing we're going to demonstrate is other ways and other things to use besides cans. So, if Peyton, you can grab those two other things that we're going to use.
They're empty.
They're empty right now, but if you envision being able to fill them with whatever amount of water or sand or rocks or salt.
Yeah, I don't recommend pop.
No, don't do anything fizzy. We don't want it to explode. But you can fill it with water. Like I said, water would make it a little uneven, but that's something that might be some of a challenge for somebody. Be like a shake weight almost. Rocks are always a good way, and you can always, if you have a scale, you can always measure how much it weighs. If you don't have a scale, if you have a body scale, you can put yourself on the scale, take yourself off, add the thingy, then just determine how much weight you're really using. All right, so the next one we're going to do is a shoulder raise. We're going to start at a 90-degree angle. Again, we don't want too much squeezing going on in the hands. She's going to demonstrate with the 2-liter bottle, but keep in mind there's nothing in it. It's empty. So modifying it is actually leaving it empty is a perfectly acceptable way to get started exercising. It doesn't have to weigh anything. Just doing the movement is purely good enough to get started. And if you get motivated enough to do that, then you'll get motivated enough to add some weight and maybe make it fun. Maybe you have kids that can add different colors of sand to it or something and make it a craft project.
Lift your kids.
Oh boy, let's not do that.
One hand, baby.
All right, so now the other thing to remember is that you don't want to get a bend going. You don't want it being like that. You still want to keep your wrist kind of straight, and you're going to press up and lower. So you blow out. Now you obviously can do any of these exercises, both arms at the same time. It does provide a different challenge for your brain mentally. So adding 2 arms, taking away 1 arm, alternating arms is always a good way to break up your routine and do something different. Blowing out on the way up still, good. Keeping that shoulder low even though you're raising your arm up in the air. Let's do 2 more. This is a good way to build biceps, shoulders, and a little bit of tricep if you lower it slow enough.
It is not easy holding this.
Right?
I'm like,
Maybe that's something to create too. Maybe a handle of some sort with some tape.
I would probably use a milk jug.
Or you could do a milk jug, yes. I mean, you couldn't see how much was in there, but I guess if you're weighing yourself, it doesn't really matter. All right, again, technique is don't squeeze too tight, don't bend the wrist, 90-degree angle, even with your shoulder, yeah. And then we're gonna blow out on the way up. Nice deep breath in. Remember to keep that stomach muscle nice and tight. You're holding that in, really focusing on being able to breathe in and out and still holding your abdominal muscles is a great trick and a good way to contract your stomach muscles while you're driving your car, while you're sitting at work. Good, good, good. We're going to do a couple more. One more. Good. Good, good, good. All right. So, the next one we're going to do, I think, is we're going to, I think we're going to try and.
I'm getting the milk out. So.
Okay. I think we're going to try and do something where it's like a two-part exercise. So you can incorporate not just one movement, but two movements within the same exercise and make it just that much more challenging because, let's face it, if we're sitting inside and we've done every exercise we can possibly think of, what's it to hurt to add a different movement? I mean, you can add legs, you could be doing, marching while you're doing this. You can be sitting on one of those stability balls. Those always add an element of ab workout to your workout. A workout to your workout. But right now, what I'm going to do is we're going to take one exercise and turn it into another. So we did a bicep curl, which is your palm flat facing up and curling in towards your shoulder. We're now going to do a hammer curl, which is turning your palm so it's facing the wall, shoulders still back, sucking the belly button. You're going to start from lower, again, gluing that elbow into your rib cage and curling in. And then we're going to rotate and press up. So back, rotate, and lower down. So I do want it to make one movement but two at the same time. So it's a fluid thing. So I showed you two separate movements, but we're going to incorporate them so they become one. So it's one, rotate up, and then come back down.
How are we breathing?
Okay, so anytime you're working out, this is a great question. Breathing goes as follows. You exhale on the exertion of the exercise. Now, if it's any kind of cardio, you just breathe normally. Please don't ever hyperventilate while doing cardio. When you're doing a movement like this, it's as you're exerting, lifting, you'd be blowing out. Then as you press up, it is another exertion, but it is also a perfectly acceptable time to get another clean breath in. But consider this your exertion for this part of the exercise. So then blowing out, you would lower slower to get more benefit from the reverse part of the exercise. Does that make sense? So as you come down, make it the beginning of your exercise. So start it by going. Good. Now breathe out. Breathe out. And lower. Nice. Good job. Very good. Let's do two more. One more. All right. Switch sides. And again, exertion. We're going to start at the lower, glue the elbow, shoulders back and relaxed. Yep, very nice. Make that rib cage nice and tall. You can breathe out. Good.
Milk jug is nice. You don't have to grip.
Right? And any kind of weight in there would probably be pretty decent, right?
Mm-hmm.
You would think? Because how much does a gallon of milk actually weigh from the peanut gallery?
Like
3 pounds.
like 8 pounds.
Close enough.
Okay, let's keep going. So you're going to curl in and blow out. Good. Keep going. Good. Two more. Last one. Good. All right, you can go ahead and set your weight down for now. What we're going to do now, and some people have to modify. Peyton might have to modify because she has scoliosis. So there's some movements that she should not be doing. I'm not going to say she shouldn't be doing a rotational exercise, but maybe not one as deep as some other people might be doing. So what we're going to do is I'm going to demonstrate, one, what the squat is supposed to look like, and two, I'm going to demonstrate an abdominal exercise for our side abs.
Should I put my brace on?
You might want to, and I will demonstrate how the ab exercise will look. So first, being in a squat requires you to be kind of your base. So you get to decide when you're working out on a squat how close together or far apart your legs are going to be. Based on your experience, if you have them further apart, you will obviously get more balance than you would if they were closer together. So picking which base is comfortable for you and which base you find the most balance in, that's where you want your feet to lie. Now, the second part of the squat is making sure both feet are facing forward, toes facing forward. Third thing you want to remember about a squat is you're always going to keep your abdominals in. You're fine. You're always going to keep your abdominals in nice and tight. And I was telling them you're going to pick your base depending on how well balanced you feel you are. The wider the base, the more balance you achieve. Closer together, you're working your abdominals more to keep yourself upright, okay? The next thing is you want to make sure, I was telling them that you want both your feet facing forward. When you're doing a squat, you should only feel pressure in your heels. There should be no toe pressure whatsoever. You should be able to lift your toes above the floor if you needed to. No pressure in the toes whatsoever.
No toes.
No toes.
Don't
No
use them.
toes, squats. People,
You don't have them.
pretend they don't exist.
They don't.
They're gone.
Who needs toes? I
Bye
don't.
bye. See you later. Okay. Other thing to remember is you're going to bend your knees to start. And as we go along, you know, obviously as you squat, you're going to get lower to the ground. Peyton is not going to squat as far down. So I'm going to do the more modified version in that I'm going to show a deeper squat. Other things to remember is that, and I'm going to turn sideways. She's going to stay forward. You stay forward. I'm turning this way because I'm going to show you, and you as well, the appropriate amount of booty to stick out. So when I say squat, you're not dropping your butt to the floor. It's not being tucked in. You are not bringing your knees over your toes. You want to keep the weight distributed to the back of your foot. Back of your foot, okay? Remember, keep those toes straight.
None.
No pressure, no toes.
None.
Okay, the booty should be riding kind of over an empty space. If you can kind of visualize a chair there, this would be the position you would be in if you were getting up from a chair. Now, if you hold in your abdominals nice and tight, I'm going to go lower. She's going to stay there. You're going to squat. And then as you come up, you're going to press through your heels, keeping those abdominals in to come up. Again, even in a full standing squat, your knees should still be a little bent. Okay? The reason I had you do a squat is because we're going to stand in a squat position for the abdominal exercise that we're going to do. Now, Peyton put a brace on to kind of help protect her back.
I just have rock hard abs.
But she should also remember to use that brace as a way to remember to keep those abdominals nice and sucked in. Okay? So envision that brace is telling you your abs still need to go to your spinal cord, basically. Okay? So what we're going to do, and you can do this exercise with a weight, and actually if I'm doing modified version, I would be doing it with the weight. Okay, so you'd be holding it like this, okay? And I'm going to turn back around now. Remember, the booty is back.
Booty back.
Booty back. Chest is nice and tall. And we're going to rotate to the one side. Not too much. Come back and stop in the middle. And then rotate to the other side.
So kind of like a Russian twist, but standing.
Right. And not with your legs off the floor. Nice and tight, keeping them nice and tight. You're also getting a nice little leg workout here. I don't know about you, but I'm feeling a little bit of the weight in my thighs. But remember, we're working the abdominals. Okay, one thing to remember, just because you're rotating to the side, your head does not go with it. Your face stays forward, you rotate, your head does not. A lot of times people get dizzy if they rotate their head. Okay. You want to envision your abs going around, not your whole body going around. Your arms are not the workout, your abs are the workout. So rotate at your waist. Yep. Come back. Feel like you're just, okay, there you go, a little better. But keeping those abdominals nice and tight, that's how we're gonna get these side abs. Couple more. We'll do last set. One to the one side, stop in the middle, and one to the other side, and stop in the middle.
Thought we were supposed to turn our heads.
Oh, I was trying to follow you too, not follow you. And yes, I did forget on that there. But I was trying to sneak a peek to make sure you were still doing them right. Excuse me. All right, so those are the exercises we're going to do for today. What we're going to do now is a little bit of a stretching session, because once you work out, your muscles are nice and tight. You want a chance to give them a little bit of a break, relax, take the tension out. And who wants to go home sore after being at the gym?
No one.
Nobody. Another good way to release the tension is going to take a shower when you get home, or a nice hot bath with Epsom salts. Those work great. But I do suggest that before you finish up your workout that you do a nice little stretching thing. And I have a nice little thing that flows here. I'm going to face Peyton, and she's going to demonstrate forward. No. I'm going to have her watch me. There we go. And I'm going to demonstrate to you. So the first thing we're going to do is, and it's going to be a thing that flows from top to bottom so that you're getting a full body stretch in the end. Okay? So you're going to take your right arm across your body. Remember, keep the shoulder low. You're going to bring this arm in. Again, you want to lower the shoulder because we're stretching the back of our arm. And the more you bring this arm in, the more you stretch the back of your arm on this side. And the more you go down your arm, you'll feel different stretches as you go down. So you can stretch your whole arm. You're then going to take this straight arm up and over your body. You're going to give yourself a nice pat on the back. And you're going to grab your elbow, and you're going to gently pull, and then you're going to gently tilt to that side that you're pulling to. I got this beautiful Wartburg sweatshirt for Christmas from my beautiful, lovely assistant daughter over here. It's so lovely. It's keeping me so warm. All right, then we come up. We lower that one down. We're now going to the left. Arm straight across. Lower that shoulder. Tuck it in. And again, remember, you want to keep that shoulder low. We're breathing normal now. We're breathing slower. We're trying to bring our body temperatures back down to normal. We're trying to bring our breathing back down to normal. And then you're going to slide that arm down so you get a full stretch all the way down the arm. You're going to take the straight arm up over your body. Give yourself a nice pat on the back. Grab your elbow. Gently pull. Gently lean. Again, if you notice any kind of back pain or anything like that, take the pressure off your back with a knee bend. All right, now we're going to walk the ladder. So it's a climb, climb, climb. You're stretching out the sides, nice and easy. Reach, reach.
I also call this one picking the apples off.
I like that. I like that. I like it. Okay.
Getting the groceries off those high
Tot-
shelves.
Right. Okay, we're going to grab our right wrist with our left hand, and we're going to gently tilt again, allowing the left hand to kind of gently pull, not too hard, just to get a stretch a little bit lower down on that side, since we did work our abdominals over there. And we're going to grab that wrist, and we're going to tip to the other side, still breathing calmly, still bringing the body temperature down, still trying to just Make it a nice calming ending. Now you're going to stretch the chest. So you're opening out, kind of a little bounce, nothing too crazy, with your palms facing out. And then we're going to turn and we're going to palms facing in, little bit of a bounce, not too much. I'm going to demonstrate to Peyton real quick the next step, which is to interlock your fingers. Actually, I could just face you guys this way. Interlock your fingers, and you're going to gently pull down, lower those shoulders, and if you can, and feel the need to, pull away, and you'll notice gently how it moves the stretch up your body. I couldn't think of the wording. All right. Once you're in this position, you're then going to start to spread your legs apart a little more, and you're going to let your arms fall as much as you can. And then release your hands. Allow your whole body to dangle. I'm sure you can't see us, but we're down here. Allow your whole body to dangle. Hang like a rag doll. You're folding yourself in half. You're just letting your knuckles drag on the ground. Your whole body's just limp except your legs holding you up. Then you slowly gonna creep up,
Stack your vertebrae.
right? And you're gonna bring your legs together. But I want you to have one foot facing front, and you're gonna put one foot with your heel down, your toe up, out to the side. You're gonna then take your base leg and sit in it a little bit. Sit back with your butt down more, like in a squat. Yep. It's like you're doing a half squat. And you should feel a stretch on your inner thigh.
Yep.
Then you're gonna grab that toe if you can.
Can't reach one.
That's okay. You're doing the modified version. And you pull back on your toe and feel it go all the way up your back. Woo, that's a doozy. All right, so we're then going to do that on the other side. So heel down, toe up, and you're going to reach for the toe if you can. If not, don't worry about it. You'll get there. Right? All right, we're then going to put our feet a little bit further apart. We're going to lean to the right with your legs. Lean.
Oh.
Yeah. You got to get that inner thigh stretched out, girl. Feel it? Oh my God, does that hurt? And then you're going to the other side. Holy shnikes, why does that hurt so bad? All right, one more on each side. I like to do that one, so we do it twice. And back. All right, couple more stretches. We're in the home stretch. Ha ha.
But
Right? The next thing you're going to do is you're going to grab your foot. If you need something to hold on to for balance, grab your closest counter, or your appliance or your wall.
okay.
And you can grab me too, and grab your foot, and you're going to pull it back behind you. You want to keep that knee aimed towards the floor. Yep. And if you can't do it quite so high, don't do it so high. Just stretch as much of your hip flexor and the front part of your thigh as possible. Deep breaths. Try and relax. If you notice your body start to give in to the stretch, so to speak, go ahead and pull a little more and see if you can get a little. Don't yank. We're not yanking by any means. Go ahead and switch legs. I think Peyton's leg was about to fall off.
I fell over.
Oh, but do not yank. We're not yanking. We're not tearing anything. We're just gently stretching, breathing through it. You know what feels right and what doesn't. And please, before you do any exercises, consult your doctor first.
You're my doctor.
Well, I know your medical history, so yes. All right, the last things we're going to be doing is we're going to be doing shoulder rolls. So I want you to get this full perspective. So up and by your ears and down around your shoulder blades. Kind of envision just making the biggest circle possible without ever using any arms. Nice deep breaths. One more.
Are we going the other
I
way?
do 4 to 5, yep, and then we're going to go the other way. We'll bring it forward. And when I say forward, I really want you to round and pull apart those shoulder blades. I'm going to demonstrate this way so you get a good pulling sensation, kind of experiencing like a expansion of your back a little bit. And then the last one is just a nice big circle around, just slowly pulling those arms. Oh, crack. And then we end. Namaste. Okay, guys, I hope that helps you through this lovely winter weather. I want to thank my lovely assistant, Peyton, my cameraman, Jordan, who didn't do a darn thing.
Yeah, he was looking at his phone the whole time.
You guys have been great. I want you to thank you for liking, commenting, sharing, subscribing, ringing the bell. Continue to share these videos with other people. Help them through something if they need help. And I want to thank you all for watching. We'll see you next time. Oh, have a good day. Go out and do great things. Be your best self. And live your best blessed life. Thanks. Bye.